Alright, let's kick things off with a fun topic: daily routines and life milestones. The patterns we develop in our lives can tell us so much about ourselves. For instance, think about how you start your day. I, for one, wash my face first thing I wake up. It's like a ritual that jolts me awake. It's kind of like flipping the switch on a phone after it's been off for a while.
That's so interesting. Is that something you've always done? And do you think that helps you feel more awake or something? I know some people like to jump into coffee right away.
Oh, absolutely! That splash of cold water is jarring, but in the best way. It's like a wake-up call for your body. And sure, coffee is the classic fuel for many. Think of the protagonist in a movie, the one drink that prepares them for whatever chaos is coming their way.
Right. It's like how they drink it while they're gearing up for action or something. And speaking of gearing up, I usually get up at 7 o'clock. Does that sound late to you?
Oh, 7 o'clock is pretty standard. Some people, like my friend Sarah, are true early birds up at 5. I joke that she's part of the 5 a.m. club. You wouldn't believe the kind of magic that morning brings, especially during the holidays, like Christmas. Our house is filled with joy and laughter.
Wow, house parties sound fun. Do you have, any traditions for those holiday get-togethers? I can only imagine how lively they must be.
Oh, for sure. Post-dinner, we dive into board games. Absolute chaos. But those competitive moments truly bring everyone together. Speaking of gatherings, we have a sales meeting on Tuesday. You ever been in one where things just go completely awry?
Yes. I remember once, during a meeting, someone completely forgot their slides. Total bomb moment. But wait, didn't you say you usually start working at 8 o'clock too?
Exactly. The typical office hustle kicks in. Looking ahead, can you believe the new year is just around the corner? I'm actually starting a new job on April 1st fitting, don't you think?
Whoa, April Fool's Day? Haha! Do you think people will, prank you thinking it's all a setup? How wild would it be if there's that fear of, getting pranked on your first day?
It's possible, but I'm hopeful if they try, I'll just roll with it. Speaking of optimism, I learned to swim in just 10 days. Can you imagine mastering such a critical skill in that short time?
Oh my gosh, that's impressive. I can't even float properly. What's it like swimming? It seems like super freeing, almost like flying in the water instead of air.
Absolutely. There's this liberating weightlessness, as if you're part of the water itself. However, spring can be a bit tricky with all the rain. It's like nature is teasing us, isn't it?
Haha, yes. And those sales meetings on Tuesdays. What about weekends? Do you work on Saturdays, or is that a big fat no?
Most weekends are family time for me. By the way, my birthday is coming up on May 5th, and we absolutely make a big deal out of it. May brings sunshine, and might surprise us with a little rain, but it also gives us those beautiful afternoons.
Yikes, I couldn't imagine not celebrating. Wait, did you say your train leaves at 10:15? Do you travel often?
I do. Traveling opens new horizons. Imagine starting a new job and racing for that train. It teaches you a lot about punctuality. Sometimes we get so caught in routines that we forget to step out of our comfort zones, right?
Right, like how our daily habits can trap us. Just the other day, I forgot a friend's name during a conversation, and it felt like, the most awkward silence ever.
Moments like that can feel really jarring, but they remind us to appreciate our connections, even if we stumble through them. Who hasn't been at a holiday gathering where someone forgets a name or a funny story?
Haha, totally relatable. So, if you were to tell me about the night of September 15th, for instance, what story would you share?
That's a good one. On that night, I was with family reminiscing about old Christmas tales across the table. That's what life is about, really, building those moments. What about your friend? Does he work Monday evenings? What does his schedule look like?
Yes, he's a night owl, works late into the night. It's funny though, sometimes I wonder how people like him can manage staying awake so late. Do you think that's a skill? Like some secret art of nighttime productivity?
Absolutely. Staying mentally sharp at odd hours is like being a superhero with the power to turn mundane moments into something wonderfully productive. We each navigate our own time puzzles in fascinating ways.
Wow, that's super inspiring. I feel like we could talk about this for hours.